Hello, I'd like to make a quick video for the Elon fans out there. If you don't know who Elon Musk is, he's not the richest man in the world. His boss is the richest man in the world. Who's his boss, you might ask? Vladimir Putin. Elon recently said, "People are saying I work for Putin. He can't afford me." Sure he can. He has more money than you. Almost nobody realizes that Vladimir Putin is actually the richest man on earth because he has privatized all of the assets and resources of the entire country of Russia. Vladimir Putin got into power by blowing up apartment buildings full of his own citizens and then blaming terrorism and acting like a strong man and getting into office. He then arrested, jailed the richest man in Russia and took everything he had. He just seized all of his assets and just said, "This is mine now." That's what these despots do, these dictators. Weak men pretending to be strong, which is exactly what Donald Trump is. That's exactly what Elon Musk is. Now, some of you think that Elon Musk is a genius, and that is because you're stupid. Everybody seems like a genius when you're. Elon Musk isn't a genius. He's a spoiled, soft-handed, rich kid who's never actually done a day of physical labor. He is the son of an apartheid South African emerald miner, and he had everything has handed to him like a silver spoon sissy, just like Donald Trump. And it is fucking hilarious to watch you blue-collar tough guys worship these silver spoon sissies, these city slicker, soft-handed, doughy, flabby sissies who couldn't punch their way out of a wet paper bag with scissors in their hands.
Hey, what's up, fam? How you doing? Happy doing super great, super fine from wherever you're watching me from. Now, for the past 2 months, 3 months, I've been seeing Mr. Elon himself trending on the internet news. And there's a lot of distraction than good that he has done into the society, especially talking about contemporary things that are happening in the United States. There's a lot of things that are going on. Like just recently, the Tesla was, the Tesla system was hacked and people's addresses and where they come from was all exposed. And this is not good in the face of, privacy for, the privacy policy, the contract that people usually have when, buying all these products and how they interact with these. But I'm not going to be saying how people's addresses were exposed. Today's video is going to be focusing on this white man who really spills the bean about who really Elon is. And I honestly didn't know that perspective because there is so much people who are being said in the video. Donald Trump, Mr. Putin himself, and there's so much things that are happening. And so Elon Musk's recent action, particularly his leadership of the Department of Government Efficiency, that's the DOGE, sparked significant debate regarding their impact on the United States. Critics argue that this approach has led to detrimental consequences across various sectors. Now, we have government recruiting and workforce reduction. We have been having a lot of layoffs. That is because, according to Musk's tenure at DOGE, which has been marked by aggressive cost-cutting measures, including substantial reduction in federal workforce, critics contend that these actions have resulted in a brain drain, as experienced civil servants are dismissed or resigned, potentially undermining the effectiveness or the essential government functions. I don't want to say much. There's this speech that this white man gives. I think it's important because it gives us the true depiction of who we're dealing with. So I want us to watch this video. For those who are watching us for the first time, kindly consider subscribing to our channel so that we can get to have this topic and talk together. So let's watch the video. I'll be back.
These people are fucking weaklings. And it is so pitiful to watch you lick their boots as they shove your stupid fucking face into the mud. But let's talk about Elon Musk. He didn't invent shit. He didn't invent Tesla. He didn't invent rocket ships. He didn't invent solar panels. He invested in other people's good ideas, then pretended they were his ideas. That's what he did. And for the record, he's fucking tanking all of it. He got kicked out of PayPal after he was involved in that because he was fucking everything up. And they said, this guy is a fucking reckless loose cannon. We got to get him out of the business. And so they did. Now, he bought Twitter, which he's lost something like 40 something billion on Twitter. Some think that was just terrible business dealings. I have sort of mixed feelings. I think it's possible that he didn't lose 40 something billion. He invested money on behalf of his Russian disinformation oligarchy plan, his technocrat oligarch plan, and that wasn't a loss, it was an investment. But either way, he's tanked Twitter. It's worth at least 40 something billion less than it was, and it wasn't worth much to begin with. It wasn't profitable. It wasn't a successful model in the first place. Now, half of his recent rocket launches have failed, blown up in the fucking sky. His Tesla stock is tanking because everybody fucking hates him. Okay? Half of his rockets have blown up. Those aren't good numbers, gang, okay? If you're a roofer and you went and put roofs on houses and half of them leaked, you wouldn't be a roofer for long, would you, dumbass? If you're a teacher and half your students failed, they probably let you go. I'm a stand-up comic. If I went on stage and fucking bombed half the time, my career would be over in a week. Luckily for me, I'd go on stage and fucking crush. I'm just kidding, sort of. This guy's a fucking clown. And if you think he cares about you, you're not just stupid, you're one of the dumbest people alive. If you think that this ketamine-addicted, silver spoon sissy, this soft-handed, pencil-armed pussy, this rich kid from South Africa who's addicted to ketamine, who has either 13 or 14 kids with 5 different women, if you think that he cares about you, you're a fucking imbecile. You're an imbecile. This is a guy who claims to be the richest man in the world. Again, he's not. But he's one of the richest men in the world. He is currently fighting a court battle to make his divorce proceedings happen in Texas instead of California because Texas caps child support for men at $2,700 per month per child. The guy that you think is the richest guy alive is trying to cap his child support at $2,700 a month per child. Now, I have met some deadbeat dads. I've unfortunately experienced deadbeat dads, and they're all fucking losers. They're all losers, and they're all pieces of shit. I've only met a couple accidentally and unfortunately. These aren't people I wanted to meet or have anything to do with, but I've met a couple deadbeat dads, and they're dog shit. Men that don't take care of their kids are dog shit. And Elon Musk is one of them, and he's dog shit. And if you think that that guy cares about you when he's not even taking care of his own fucking kids, then your brain is made out of dog shit. 13 kids from 5 different women, 13 or 14, I can't remember. The most recent one that he knocked up, he's only seen the child 3 times. 2 days back to back, and then one other time. He's seen this kid for maybe 3 hours out of its, 7-month life. He's a deadbeat dad. Some of the women that have children with him are petitioning for full custody because they don't think he's a good person and he doesn't have anything to do with the child anyway, and they would rather just have full custody of the child and him not be around or be in the kid's life. Because, you guessed it, he's dog shit. So you think a guy who doesn't even see his own offspring, some of his older children don't talk to him and won't talk to him. A guy who's trying to worm his way out of child support for children with a woman he was married to. These aren't strangers. You think that guy cares about you and your double wide and your pressure washing job, you stupid motherfucker. You fucking imbecile. And you think DOGE is doing a good job. One of DOGE's biggest brags on the first week was they cut 3 programs for $600 and something million. Well, then they came back and reported, oh, we accidentally reported that 3 times. It was just one thing. And it wasn't 600 and something million. It was 18 million. So it went from 600 and something million times 3, which I can't do that math in my head. It's a lot of decimals. All the way down to 18 million. And you got, man, he's a genius, man. He's going to save me money. He's going to send me money to my roofing business. You fucking imbecile. This dude's not volunteering for the U.S. government because he's just a really swell guy and he really wants to help. He wants to steal. He wants to fuck your Social Security. He wants to take from you. He wants to award himself new contracts in addition to the 8 million he already takes from the U.S. government today. It's not that we're paying him to do things. We're subsidizing a billionaire who's already doing the things. Like we subsidize the fossil fuel industry. But none of you dumb rednecks ever talk about the trillions that go to the fossil fuel industry. You're too worried being mad at your fellow Americans who are fucking poor and need food because you're stupid and you're a piece of shit. You're not just dumb, you're a shitty person. And then you go to church on Sunday and handle snakes and pretend that you love Jesus while you go against everything he ever taught because you're a piece of shit, a dumb piece of shit. DOGE is a fucking joke. It's a bunch of neo-Nazi adjacent teenage hackers stealing your information to feed into the abyss that is AI. Elon Musk wants to be the leader in AI, and he's going to do it using the information that he stole from you. While awarding himself contracts, he's already trying to get the FAA contract, booting Verizon out of that, which is illegal. Donald Trump is doing fucking used car commercials for him on the White House lawn to promote his failing car business. And you think a guy who's dodging child support cares about you and your family. You're one of the dumbest motherfuckers that's ever lived. Please watch this video 500 times until it sinks into your thick, empty, pathetic skull. You are fucking embarrassing.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm not a fan of Elon Musk or whatever he's doing. I'm not a fan of all those things. I usually don't put so much attention to him because there's so much things that they have led, a lot of detriments that they have led to people, especially when I'm trying to look at the layoffs that people has had, things that happened to the, Nebraska farmers, right? So there's so much things and there's so much backlash that comes from it. There's public perception and backlash that comes from, all this. Public sentiment towards Musk has shifted negatively, with recent polls indicating that over half of Americans hold an unfavorable view of him. This decline in approval has extended to his business ventures. For example, there has been notable increase in Tesla vehicle trade-ins, suggesting waning consumer confidence in the brand. The people that bought his Tesla are going back for trade-ins, right? They're preferring other vehicles or because of they don't agree with the policies that this guy is coming with. So why would I buy your product yet you are not supporting me? So people are, doing the backlash. Social program funding cuts. Under Musk's guidance, DOGE has implemented budgetary cuts affecting social programs, including reduction in food assistance initiative and underprivileged children. Critics argue that these cuts disproportionately impact vulnerable populations while maintaining tax benefits for the wealthy, exacerbating social inequalities. Social inequalities has been one of the longest talks that people have been talking about when we talk about the oligarchs. Remember, it's always about it's always about the profit at the expense of people who are striving even to raise basic needs, right? It is always at the expense of people. They usually don't care. So when you see all this happening, the elites are sitting behind, sending what they're sending. They're making these policies so that they can benefit at the end of the day. Let's talk about economic and social discontent. The policies enacted by Musk have contributed to social unrest and economic dissatisfaction. Protests against his initiatives have escalated, with incidents of vandalism targeting Tesla properties. These actions reflect broader public dissent and have prompted legal response from federal authorities. There's so much going on as people are going for his talks, and as the Tesla stock really, it is in the deep. It is in the deep because there is so much backlash that is making people withdraw out their investment from Tesla. Legal challenges and political controversy. Musk's involvement in government has faced legal scrutiny, with courts ruling challenging the legitimacy of his role within the Trump administration. These developments have intensified debates about the appropriate boundaries between private enterprise and public governance. Right? So, as I usually say, and I'll tell you, the oligarchs, the greedy elites, the corporations will never do anything to make you happy. Let it make you happy when it's making them profits. That's always the language that the oligarchs usually speak. So while I listened to the speech of this man, he exposed a lot of things. He really talked about a lot of things, even with Putin involvement in all these. So the biggest question, who is the boss and who is not the boss, right? I didn't have much to say because the guy seemed to be talking from experience. All I wanted to do is just share this video with you so that you also can get to see the perspective that he's talking from. A lot of these white folks, to begin with, they, voted for whoever they voted for. The oligarchs don't care whether you vote for them or not. Any chance they get to make a profit, they'll make at the expense of your cry. They don't care. So this is all regrets. When you hear the voices of, he's telling the truth about DOGE. He's telling the truth about DOGE, but this is something that could have been stopped November 6th. This is something that they could have stopped. So all this is happening. People are just watching. So let me see you in my next video. Bye.